Alrighty, just a quick introduction here to how we will use Microsoft Teams as our collaborative platform here doing the U-CrAc Designsprint this week. You have been added to a couple of different groups here inside Microsoft Teams. There is a main group called U-CrAc 2020, and as you can see, there is a room called General. This is basically our general discussions forum, our room where we will create messages. If there is something that needs your attention, we will tag you in there. We will come up with announcements. And as you can see, there are already 3 posts by me where you can basically access some of the information needed to begin the virtual workshop here within Microsoft Teams. The first one is an introduction. You can see how the entire room works, how we will utilize the different tags that you can use, how we will use the different rooms. There are group channels, there are case rooms, and there is the general discussion room. Furthermore, there is a link to the main Zoom meeting room. That is where all the lectures will be held. So it's the same Zoom meeting room for all the lectures throughout the entire workshop. So just access the general discussion forum and then click this link every time you need to access one of the lectures as scheduled in the schedule for the workshop. Then there is a link to the assigned groups, where you can see who your teammates are from the different educations participating in the workshop. And then whenever we might want to start a new conversation with you, or you do want to do it yourself, you can always click New Conversation, and you get an interface much like when you write in a chat forum or in a chat application. You have the opportunity to change your different typography, attach files, use emoticons, add GIFs if you want that, etc. And you can also start meetings. That is what this one, oh no, actually that's Zoom. Meetings are up here if you want to create a meeting within a room. Let's delete that for now. So that is the main discussion room. Now, when you access Teams the first time, you might only see one of these group rooms, and that's because the other rooms are hidden to the ones not in the specific group. But inside the group rooms, you basically have a free reign of what you want to do. You have the opportunity to host a meeting. You can see here that will create an opportunity for you to create here a setup, call the meeting something if you want to be constantly in touch with each other, and access the features of your camera and your microphone. But now we don't want to start a meeting right now, so let's close that again. And of course you can have a constant conversation going here, just as in the main room. But these rooms are your primary source of collaboration. And if you should find that the group assigned here in this document, you can see your groups, they are here. If you can see that your groups are not assigned here, so you can see, okay, I am in group 2 and I cannot see group 2's team here, then go up in general and contact one of the teachers. And the way that you do that is that you start a conversation. You make a hashtag, or not a hashtag, an symbol, a snabelag in Danish, and then you can just begin to write teacher. And you can see there is a entire group here where the 6 teachers of the workshop are. So you say, teachers, we need help with access to a group room. And if you press send, then this tag here will send it out and notify all belonging to the teacher group. You can also do this when individual persons. So let's say I wanted to tag my colleague Søren Bolvi, who is one of the teachers of the workshop. You can see I begin to write snabelag at Bolvi, and it finds him, and you can see it highlights him. So if I send a message to him now, would you come into this room, please? And send it to him, he will get a notification, and it will be easier for you to get instant feedback and instant help if you need it at any given moment. So make sure to use these tags. If you want to access everybody, if you want a message out to everyone participating in the workshop, you can just write team. And if you write team, you can see there is this U-CrAc 2020 tag. Then it will be sent out and everyone will be notified. All right. Then there are 4 case rooms. That is the rooms dedicated to the specific cases that you're working with throughout the workshop. You can see that already by now there are individual Zoom meeting rooms that you will use when you have meetings with your case partner, discussions about your concepts, etc. But this is also where you can start some conversations when the different groups are planning empirical fieldwork. It is so that most of you have 3 to 4 groups assigned to one case partner. So you might want to actually collaborate on who does what. Maybe you only send a few representatives to do this field work and then you share the empirical material between the groups. This kind of sharing and collaboration can happen in these specific case rooms here. The rest of it should take place inside your own group rooms. And if there are general questions about the workshop format, about problems arising in the groups, or technical problems with using Teams or the other platforms, tag us inside a conversation in the general room. Now, if for some reason that some of your teammates might have a problem accessing this specific teams and we are not available to give help, you can always try to use a more direct way of sending them or by yourself getting access to the Microsoft Teams room. You can do that by going down here in the lower left corner, pressing join or create team, and you can see there is this opportunity here to join a team with a code. And that here you need a specific code. And if we for a moment just then jump in here to the U-CrAc website, you can see under the student resources that there now is a specific code here, this arbitrary code. And if you right click and copy that, go back into Microsoft Teams, you can enter this code and that will enable you to basically join the team instantaneously. You can see it jumped right into the general room. So then you would at least be inside of the team. Then the assignment to the specific group rooms, you would be able to tag one of us teachers and we would be able to assign you to the correct group room. So do use that. Use the U-CrAc website. There is also a link here, specific link, which will ask you to be sent directly into the Teams room. But if there are any problems, write us either on Teams or through Moodle if you can't even access Teams. Microsoft Teams requires you to use 2-factor authentication the first time you use it, where you have to be here at AAU at the Wi-Fi network. So be sure to do that at either before the workshop or in one of the days in the beginning of the workshop so you can collaborate without any problems inside Microsoft Teams. So, just to recap, we use the general forum and we use the tag system by using @ symbols to tag specific groups or teachers or your own groups with your own group numbers or specific persons. And we use these Zoom links to access the lectures and the case partner meetings in the specific rooms. And you use the group rooms here to collaborate, host a meeting, share files, write to each other to collaborate throughout the workshop. And again, always feel free to ask questions, start a conversation here in general if there is some questions that we should take up that concerns every participant in the workshop. That was it for now. Happy workshopping out there.